$4.7 billion. That is not a defense budget line item. That is not a corporate merger figure. That is the estimated annual loss to financial fraud targeting new immigrants. In the United States, $15.9 billion in total consumer fraud was reported to the Federal Trade Commission in 2025, 3 million individual reports. A significant increase from the prior year, when consumers reported over $12.5 billion. Of that, $15.9 billion. Imposter scams alone accounted for $3.5 billion in losses. 1 million reports, the most frequently reported fraud category since 2020. The $4.7 billion figure is a composite. It spans 4 layers. Each layer targets the same population. Each layer exploits the same structural vulnerability. The vulnerability is not ignorance. The vulnerability is a system that was not designed to be navigated by someone who arrived 18 months ago. Imagine a free public park. The entrance costs nothing. But, to reach the entrance, a person must pass through a privately operated parking lot. That charges between $200 and $2,000. Some visitors do not know the park is free. Some do not know the entrance exists. Some know both but cannot read the signs, because the signs are in a language they have not yet learned. That parking lot is the information gap between what the U.S. government provides at no cost and what new immigrants actually experience. Layer 1. The Individual Taxpayer Identification Number, the ITIN, issued by the Internal Revenue Service to individuals who are required to file federal taxes, but are not eligible for a Social Security number. The application, Form W-7, is submitted directly to the IRS. The cost of applying through the IRS is zero. In 2022, approximately 3.8 million tax returns included an ITIN, reporting total taxable income of $14.4 billion and paying $6.5 billion in Social Security and Medicare taxes. The first time a person walks into an American bank without a Social Security number and is told they cannot open a checking account, the system has already begun sorting them into a separate line. That separate line has its own economy. Certified acceptance agents who are authorized by the IRS to authenticate documents charge between $50 and $500 per applicant. Some charge more. Commercial agents advertising on social media have been documented charging up to $1,000. The IRS operates taxpayer assistance centers where applicants can verify documents in person at no charge. The phone number is 844-545640. The service exists, but awareness of this free option among new immigrants remains low, particularly among those outside the reach of established nonprofit tax assistance networks. The parking lot around the free entrance, same structure, different price. The individual in this dataset is a 32-year-old factory worker in Dayton, Ohio, earning approximately $38,000 annually. Holding an ITIN, they are not a statistic, they are a taxpayer. They paid $475 to a certified acceptance agent for a service the IRS provides for free. And now, this is where the numbers are public, and the math is anyone's to verify. Not personal guidance for any specific situation, but the $475 gap between what exists and what this person knew existed is the exact width of Layer 1, April 2026. Layer 2. On the 23rd of April, 2026, the Orange County Sheriff's Office in Florida announced the arrest of 4 individuals operating a business called Legacy Immigrant. The charges include racketeering, organized fraud, extortion, and unauthorized practice of law. $20 million. That is the amount authorities say Legacy Immigrant collected from hundreds of undocumented Brazilian nationals over multiple years. Individual victims reported losses ranging from $2,500 to $26,000. The operation posed as a legitimate immigration agency. Staff falsely presented themselves as qualified immigration attorneys. When victims became financially committed, the agency allegedly created email accounts in their names without consent and withheld essential immigration documents, using them as leverage to extract additional payments. Orlando immigration attorney Ileana Rivera reported receiving calls weekly from people who paid $8,000 to $10,000 to individuals who were not licensed attorneys. This is not an isolated incident. It is a category. The category is called notario fraud. In Latin American legal systems, a notario is a credentialed professional with authority comparable to a licensed attorney in the United States. A notary public is an impartial witness who watches someone sign a document. The gap between those two definitions has been monetized. Victor D. Lopez, professor of legal studies at Hofstra University, describes it as the type of crime that preys upon the most needy and desperate people. Few jurisdictions outside Colorado have taken meaningful steps to prosecute it. One documented case in Los Angeles. A housekeeper was defrauded of more than $100,000 over a decade by a single individual, posing as an immigration consultant. The perpetrator used the funds to pay his own back taxes, child support, and a speeding ticket. When the victim finally found free legal help through the Immigrants' Rights Project at Public Counsel, she walked in believing she was turning herself in for deportation. The ITIN costs $0. The notario charges $2,500. The fake attorney charges $26,000. The system that is supposed to tell people the difference between those three numbers publishes that information in English. Layer 3. The FBI's 2025 Internet Crime Report documents total losses exceeding $20 billion across all Internet crime complaints in the United States. Over 1 million complaints. Investment fraud alone accounted for the highest single category of losses. Within the broader Internet crime data, AI-enabled fraud accounted for $893 million in losses across 22,364 complaints. For new immigrants, the identity theft vector is specific. A person with an ITIN instead of a social security number occupies an unusual position in the American financial system. They file taxes, they may open certain bank accounts, but they exist partially outside the credit infrastructure. That triggers fraud alerts for most citizens. When a social security number is stolen from a citizen, credit monitoring services and bank fraud departments respond. When a person does not have a social security number to begin with, and their ITIN is misused, the alert system is thinner. According to the FDIC's 2023 National Survey of Unbanked and Underbanked Households, 9.5% of Hispanic households were unbanked, compared with 1.9% of white households. Among households earning between $50,000 and $75,000, 4.5% of Hispanic households remained unbanked, compared with 0.8% of white households. At the same income level, an unbanked household is a household outside the system that issues fraud alerts. The parking lot grows wider, the free entrance gets harder to find. Layer 4. Credit repair. In March 2026, the FTC announced it was sending more than $10.9 million in refunds to 443,048 consumers harmed by a credit repair operation. The operation, known by multiple names, including financial education services, functioned as what the FTC described as a credit repair pyramid scheme. The credit repair industry targets people who need credit but do not yet understand the American credit system. For a new immigrant, the sequence is precise. They arrive, They cannot open a standard bank account. Because they do not have an SSN, they obtain an ITIN. They begin building credit. They receive an advertisement, often on Instagram or WhatsApp, from someone who promises to accelerate that process. They pay between $500 and $5,000. The service either does nothing, does something illegal, or does something the person could have done for free. By disputing inaccurate items directly with the credit bureaus, 25.5% of Hispanic households had no mainstream credit in 2023, compared with 11.2% of white households. Many new immigrants believe the ITIN and the SSN function identically, until they discover that their lender also believes the ITIN and the SSN function identically, which creates a different kind of problem. The factory worker in Dayton, 32 years old, $38,000, ITIN holder. They have now been exposed to Layer 1. Through their ITIN application, they are a potential target for Layer 2. If they need legal help with immigration paperwork, they are structurally vulnerable to Layer 3 because they exist partially outside the credit monitoring infrastructure. And Layer 4 is on their Instagram feed right now, in their language, offering to build their credit score in 90 days for $700. That is 4 layers, each one legal enough to advertise, each one targeting the same gap. The gap between what the American system provides for free and what a new arrival actually knows is free, $4.7 billion. That is the aggregate estimate across these 4 vectors for 2025. It is a conservative composite, derived from FTC Consumer Sentinel fraud reports, FBI IC3 identity theft data, USCIS fraud investigations, and state-level enforcement actions. The actual number is almost certainly higher. The FTC itself has noted that fraud among immigrant communities is severely underreported because victims fear that reporting will expose their immigration status to authorities. The 32-year-old in Dayton does not appear in any of these reports. They paid $475 for a free service. They have not been defrauded by a fake attorney. They have not had their identity stolen. They have not paid for credit repair. They are not a victim of any of the 4 layers. Not yet. 4 layers, same gap, $4.7 billion. That is the number.